Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. This is going to be your weekly read from August 16th through the 18th. But before we get started, I have to say a huge thank you and send a huge hug out to each and every one of you guys. So we have now passed 500 subscribers. Oh my God, pinch me, but don't pinch me. But seriously, thank you guys so much for all your love and support. Like seriously, this channel would not be growing, and it certainly would not be what it is without each and every one of you guys. And so thank you for all your likes, your listening, all of your subscribes and your shares. I mean, it's been amazing to see this channel become what it's becoming. And so thank you guys. It's due to each and every one of you guys. So this weekend is all about focus. And so let's go ahead and see what messages we've got here from Spirit to help guide us through. So Spirit, what messages do you have for us here this weekend, August 16th through the 18th here? What messages do you have to help guide us, Spirit? Oh, okay. So, and I actually pulled another one here, so it must have wanted to come out. So first things first here is I definitely see that there has been a storm of emotions lately, possibly even some quarrels, but most importantly what I see is something has kind of resurfaced from the past. And through the work of Mercury retrograde as well as the Lionsgate portal here, but through the work of August, what I really see is that you are releasing your emotions from this. You're releasing your emotions from the loss, from the strife, from the turmoil, and from the pain, and from the disappointment even. But main thing here is you are balancing the scales of your own emotions here by letting go. And you're finding a catharsis within that, where this is finally a much needed release and a long overdue release. Now, I do want to say too, coming into this weekend on Friday the 16th, so the moon is going to be in Capricorn. And so this is wonderful stability, and it's a wonderful foundation to really start the weekend off on the right foot and with the right intention, I should say as well. It is also going to be sextile with Saturn, which is currently in Pisces. And so this will increase your sense of responsibility as well as organizational talent. And so this is kind of where I like to put it as you're getting your S together. You're together. You're kind of picking up your bootstraps, or, kind of just getting yourself in line and saying, okay, now is the time. Now is the time where I am goal focused and I'm moving forward and I'm letting go of whatever was holding me back. And more importantly, I'm rising above the challenges. I'm rising above the storm. I'm rising above the quarrels and the drama and elevating the self into truly what you want to become, your highest enlightened self. And like I say, this is through temperance. You could have endured some situations here where people are coming to you with conflict. Even the past coming up and triggering some conflict or some turmoil here within you. But what you've found here, like I say, with releasing your emotions and releasing that pain, is an internal balance through healing, through creativity, through art. But what Spirit is saying here absolutely is that you have found temperance. You have found harmony and balance and peace within yourself, by controlling what you can, and that's by choosing who you want to be, who you want to become, and truly representing who you are, which is absolutely beautiful. Now, with the Eight of Cups here as well, like I say, is that this is the time where you're just choosing to leave that all behind. There could be also too, like I say, a seeking of higher meaning, a soul-searching journey. And so what I do definitely see is that this is also a spiritual awakening. A spiritual awakening in a lot of ways too. And, with the moon moving, I should say, from Capricorn into Aquarius on the 17th, that doesn't surprise me at all. This has got a lot to do with relationships, as well as, what you think about. It brings to mind, especially when it comes with social issues, what you care about, what you stand for. And so it brings to mind the saying of, stand for something or fall for everything. And this is kind of where your focus really is, especially as that moon moves over into Aquarius during this weekend. And like I say, it's all about relationships. focusing on focusing on what relationships really truly will bring joy and harmony and balance to your life, as well as recognizing the red flags for the relationships that don't, and recognizing that maybe you've given too many chances in the past, or you've been too tolerant of people treating you in ways that really you don't deserve and quite frankly aren't right. But also to releasing, and putting kind of a stand up for yourself, or putting a foot down in the ways of recognizing those red flags and putting a stop at them before they get worse or before they go too far. But more importantly, it's that enforcement of boundaries and knowing your self-worth and valuing yourself with how you allow others to come at you. And so, like I say here, this is like 3 conflict cards here. This has really left you with this, these past triggers, all this drama, basically. It's led you to disappointment. It's caused you to seek change and, like I say, go on a soul's journey. But also, too, it's caused you to kind of put yourself in a point where you've been forced to defend yourself, been put in a point where you're forced to guard. And so this is where it's really important to, do what we do best as Virgos. We are witnesses. And so, as you can see with this guy, like, there's all of these weapons around him that are coming at him, are kind of trying to surround him to make him feel isolated, make him feel trapped in a lot of ways. What it also does, though, is it puts him in a point of guard, yes, but it recognizes and opens your eyes to the tenacity that you have. It lets you observe others' intents without the foggy goggles, or without seeing things for as they are, basically. But most importantly, this is where you're taking a chance to really recognize those red flags that surround you. And more importantly, keep your power and hold it within. Keep that energy within, especially if you're an empath and you're dealing with or have dealt with energy vampires. If you've been feeling drained or have felt that people have taken your power in the past because of that, this has led to a tenacity within you that really has also led to a lot of, like I say, possibly overprotection, but also vigilance. And this has not come without self-sacrifice. This has not come without hard work. This is where you've gone on a soul's journey with spiritual growth. But what this is this weekend, and what you're kind of realizing with this release, it's also relief. This is your prophecy. This is your new perspective. The suffering basically is where other people were taking your power. And this was involuntary. Instead, you are taking your power back. You're fulfilling your own prophecy, not by self-sabotage, not by allowing others to sabotage you or putting yourself aside for others, but instead fulfilling the prophecy that you know is truly meant for you in this life, in all that you are, and in all the gifts that you are meant to bring to this world. Now, like I say, you are absolutely, too, being recognized right now for your meaningful work. And you will absolutely start to see monetary rewards starting to come in. But what I also see is a lot of you are in the spotlight. This could be, in your community, through collaboration or collaborative projects, I guess. Let me know what you guys are working on. I'm just curious as a cat. But it's through your communication, and it's through your integrity that you're building a reputation for yourself through the work that you're doing. And this is synergy. This is balance. This is what you're meant to do. And it's also dynamic, and it's dynamically growing. Now, with the 10 of Wands here too, and especially right after the 9 of Wands here, just be careful of exhaustion. A lot of you could be feeling like you're trying too hard, that the load is too much to bear. And again, this is where I look into it as to you're releasing that. You're releasing that emotional turmoil. You've carried that weight for others for far too long, and for yourself, you've carried that pain for far too long. This is nearing an end now. And that's what Spirit wants to remind you this weekend. Now, too, like I say, especially with the moon moving into Aquarius, it's all about the focus on relationships. It's all about focus. The focus is on, The focus is all about social issues, what you stand for, where you stand in those aspects. But also, too, on the 18th, the moon is going to be trine with Jupiter. And this is an extensively positive sign here, and a positive trine. I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden, but basically this is where you're not only being seen for your meaningful work and you're being recognized for it on top of that, but you're being recognized for your sincerity, for your social success, and you will start seeing, and for your positivity. And so you will start seeing financial opportunities starting to come through this weekend. I also see a lot of you too, if you've got a side hustle going on, this is the time where really philanthropic opportunities are going to be paving your way towards success. And like I say, this is through your art. This is through your creativity that it's been awakened. And so now is really the time to keep going, to keep building that, and really to shine that for the world to see. Now with the Four of Swords, like I say, this is nearing an end. You are releasing those emotions. And so what Spirit is saying here is calmer waters are coming in. You're still in a recovery period. You're still getting through it, and you absolutely need that time for recuperation. And so now is the time where you may find this weekend that you go into hermit mode, kind of withdraw from the world a little bit to relax, to recuperate, to heal and recover. But more importantly, also to release, to let go, and to let this tower fall. Like I say, this is a tower that really absolutely was from had been in the past. This is not your future, but it's led to epiphanies of spiritual growth. What I also see in that too is you're letting any danger that people put you in or that you put yourself in, basically you're letting all of that go with self-sabotage. That is ending now. And instead what you're doing is you're letting your ambition and your intuition guide you. Like I say, this is very cathartic. You are letting a tower fall for healing. You're no longer holding on to what's been holding you back. And I do want to say too, on the 18th here on Sunday, the sun is going to be conjunct with Mercury, which, no pressure, is still in retrograde. But both the sun and Mercury are currently in Leo. And so this aids you in having intense mental energy, intense focus, as well as memory. As well as memory. And so again, like I say, there could be, especially with Mercury retrograde, people coming in from your past, could be triggering and bringing up a lot of memories, possibly things that you've even suppressed or pushed back. But like I say, you're letting this tower fall. All of that resurgence, all of that help from Mercury retrograde to really look at the past, look at what's been held on, look at who you were, who you want to become, where you're going, how to get there. And you're letting anything that's been holding you back fall to the wayside at this point. No more is that going to be keeping you from following your dreams. You will be basically going ahead of your fears. And like I say too, this is kind of interesting because we just talked about repression. I do absolutely think that this is an old wound, especially with the Ace of Cups in reverse. This has been something that's left you unhappy for quite some time. It's something that's caused so much pain that you have had to repress it and take it in again as smaller doses for your healing process. But it's been a long recovery time. Also too, with the King of Swords, like I say, you've done this work. You've taken the time through all of that, taken those little doses of what truly happened in your past, what truly did, cause this tower for you, in ways of, like I say, taking accountability as well as seeing where accountability wasn't taken from others. And you're letting all that go. You're looking at it analytically, you're looking at it rationally, but finally here, what I also see is no longer will you be silenced. You're finding your articulation through that. You're finding your ambition through standing in your truth. And this is also to your ethical justice that's coming in for you. And so, like I say, if that resonates with you, by all means, please like, share, subscribe, or more importantly, share your story in the comments below. Or if you don't feel comfortable, even just put a heart in the comments below. That way we can help support you, help lift you up through this time, and help remind you that you are absolutely not alone. On this channel, we are all here with you. And I do want to say too, with this conjunction between the Sun and Mercury, you will be feeling that fire. You will be feeling that Leo spirit within you, because it also helps you with language and with literature. And so this is all about education. This is all about being a man of action. But like I say too, most importantly, it's all about finding the way to articulate what's happened in the past, what held you back in the past, and releasing the emotions that have been so painful that you had to repress it and take it in small doses through your healing process. And at the bottom of the deck here, we've got the Magician. Like I say, you are standing in your self-mastery and in your creative power. This is where Spirit is saying everything is ready. You are ready, and you're ready to release this. No longer is this going to be holding you back. And I also, too, I do see that you've got some plans and ideas that you're really starting to manifest and put into practice. So again, no pressure, but if you feel comfortable, share your story, because this is absolutely the journey of a wounded warrior, and you are standing as the warrior. So this is beautiful. And like I say, too, at the bottom of the deck, I mean, oh my goodness, commercial success. You are one step away. Don't ever forget that, and don't ever give up on it either. But this is the time to explore new territories, and most importantly, to use your foresight. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Herbal Witches Tarot deck. Also, too, this one I've had a few comments on this too, but this is the Vidakara Tarot, and it's got a bunch of wonderful things into it. It looks at not only color therapy, music therapy, and the correlations between that and tarot. It also looks at astrology. It also looks at the zodiac. And so if you guys get a chance, check this deck out. It has served me so well. And so if it speaks to you, by all means, please check it out. It is absolutely beautiful. And then, like I say, this is the Herbal Witch Tarot deck, which I absolutely love. It's my newest deck. It's been a while since I purchased it. No pressure. But I've absolutely fallen in love with it here in the past couple months here that I've been using it. And so, Spirit, what additional messages do you have for us here this weekend, especially as we move towards really focusing on bringing in those good relationships that really, truly serve us, and those social issues that we truly represent? And so again, what I see here is, a lot of us could be going into that hermit mode this weekend, which is time to rest and enjoy success. Now, I think in a lot of ways too, a lot of times we keep going. We get to the next milestone, and we keep going, and we keep going, and we keep building, especially as Virgos. However, we don't stop necessarily enough to really take a look at our successes and to celebrate our successes, to see how far we've come, but more importantly, to truly celebrate, like I say, to truly cherish the successes of how far we've come and what we have built. Every step of the way is worth cherishing. And so I see a lot of that in this weekend, where you are finally starting to see a lot of things come to fruition. There's a harmony that you're starting to really have come in, not only to your home, to your finances, but also in your relationships. And so I do see a lot of merriment here within that for this weekend. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, like I say, this is a new perspective, and it's a new beginning. And again, we've got a financial gain card. So if anyone has been struggling financially, I do see a change. I also see a career opportunity coming in for you. And it's through a new idea or new information. But this will basically not only as the Page of Cups with letting your insight guide you, this basically will reinvigorate you with a type of childlike youth to you and to what you're building. And so if you had been feeling overburdened, like we saw with the other with this last read or spread, what I see is this is going to be a weekend where you're feeling the positivity come back, especially with that trine between the moon and Jupiter, and really truly be reinvigorated. And so, like I say here, you have been in an area where you're kind of realizing that you've been enduring financial and also spiritual hardships. And it's kind of put you into a mindset of poverty or financial difficulties even. What I also see in that is that you've endured hard times because of it. You've been troubled because of it. It has absolutely impacted you. And in this, basically, it's really due to that difficulty of letting go. It's really holding on. But what I also see in this is by letting go, by working, by building, by taking that time in little doses again to heal what you've been repressing, to let go and heal that emotional disparity that you've been enduring, that you've had to that you've had to go through. You've also been miserly, especially when it comes to financials. You've kind of looked at your budget, and this weekend possibly you could be looking at that too and saying, like, enough is enough. I need a new career choice. This is not working. Or what I was holding on to is not coming back, or I am not going back to whatever was holding on to you, and you're finally severing those cords. And so, especially with us coming into this full moon, which will be on the 19th as we walk into this next week, now is a really wonderful time to practice some cord cutting, especially if you're in need or feeling in need of change or struggling with letting go. But again, I do see financial success. It's not only, what I love about money management and prosperity in that way is it's not necessarily just focusing on how much is coming in, but it's also how much is coming out. It's the ebb and the flow, and it's about managing that that really leads to true financial success. That's why you hear wonderful stories, as rare as they are, of a janitor that retires as a multimillionaire. It's not because of how much he made at an hourly wage. It's not because of what he did on a day-to-day, in the sense of what's coming in with his paycheck, but it's what he does with it. It's how he invests with it. And that's not only financially, that's also through his miserliness. That's also through what he chooses to build and chooses to spend his resources on, or how to invest his resources. And that's really what I see coming in as a focus for you here. And again, we've got holding on to the past, holding on to that resentment, holding on to the grief, the loss, the regret, potentially even too. And so now is the time to really focus on your goals. Recognize and really truly celebrate yourself for the hard work, for the perseverance that you've put in, that you've worked so hard towards. And most importantly, letting go of whatever's held you back, to really let those long-term goals shine for you. And again, with the sextile between Saturn and the moon here during this weekend, this is where you are all about your goals. You are goal-focused, and more importantly, you're seeing the forest through the trees. And you're also recognizing and realizing that whoever or whatever wanted to cause you pain and loss in the past, or disappointment, those were only trees in your forest. They were only one step. And more importantly, too, they weren't all bad. Those were lessons that you now have wisdom on, that you can carry with you to make your forest cultivate the true prosperity that you are owed, and that which you're destined for in this life. Remember, nothing that is ever meant for you will ever pass you by. And I think that's the big thing that comes to mind for me here in this read, is that if you have been really struggling with letting go, remember, nothing that is ever meant for you will ever pass you by. And so by letting go, you're also releasing that energy and opening yourself to receiving the energy that truly is destined for you and the greatness that is meant for you. And so, like I say, if that resonates, by all means, give it a like, put a heart in the comments below, because honestly, we are all human and we are all perfectly imperfect. And that is a struggle. The biggest struggle is always taking those wounds and turning them to the wisdom that will guide you and lead you on your path to success. And so, help raise that up, help get that message out if that resonates. Now, I do also see with the Three of Coins here, again, you're gaining new skills and you're gaining new knowledge. And so I also see in this that this weekend is really a time where you're looking back, you're goal-focused, you're taking that sense of responsibility, you're releasing what's not meant for you, and you're opening yourself to receiving the financial opportunities, the sincere social success and positivity that is really truly meant for you through your art, through your creativity, through your side hustles or philanthropic opportunities. And you're learning what you don't know, and you're mastering. You're taking the wounds and you're turning them to wisdom and you're mastering them. And so whatever type of old tricks come in, whatever type of old triggers come in, especially through this Mercury retrograde, you're taking that and you're dedicating yourself to choosing love, to choosing your higher self and choosing what's meant for you as your higher self to help you grow to that. And with the Queen of Cups in reverse, don't judge. Queen of Cups in reverse here, like I say, what's been in past has been spiteful, or what you may be tempted with is spite at this point. And what I feel a lot in that is the resentment that all of those old wounds have caused, all those injustices. And so with the Knight of Wands, like I say, Spirit is saying, now is the time to release that emotional distress. Now is the time to focus on your goals. And also, too, Spirit is reminding you and reassuring you that new ventures are going well. Prosperity is meant for you. And what's holding you back is really the fear from the wounds in the past, that the wounds in the past have caused. And now is the time really, truly, where as you end out this weekend, as you move into this next week, you are doing so with excitement. You are prevailing over fear. And you're taking action. You're excited about the new adventure. You're excited about this new opportunity. So whatever is coming in will absolutely not only revitalize you, but you'll see that you will embrace wholeheartedly with open arms. And you're taking charge. So this is absolutely beautiful. Now, Spirit, just give us a few more messages here for this weekend. How can you help best guide us here? Especially as we take charge with this new opportunity. Tell us more. What I'm getting here is that Spirit is saying the worst is over. The end is near, and really, truly, brighter days are ahead. There should be excitement in your voice and in your energy at this point, because there is good things coming. And oh my goodness, like I say, the last message that I get is that the universe is yours. The universe is aligned with you, with the world. Success is in your favor. Karma is in your favor. And this is a completion. By finally releasing these emotions, truly, this is your completion. And more importantly, now is the time to receive your rewards that are truly meant for you. And so, like I say, and I promise I'll stop, but like I say, judgment's on your side. Karma is in your favor. And for those that have been silenced, what I also see as one additional message is that this is the time, now is the time for the truth to come forward. No longer should you be silent or let others silence you. This is the time to bring it, to be honest, to bring it to light. There is a resolution that's coming in, and most importantly, to forgive, not for others, not to open the door to let them in to come and continue to hurt you, but to take your power back and to let it go and to not let what they've done still hinder your decisions or your future. Now, I do just want to go ahead and take a look at the music therapy. So I just want to pull a few major arcana here and see what we've got here. And so, especially with this read here, and with letting go, because I know how difficult that can be. I myself struggle with it, especially being a Virgo. We hold on to things. I'm just saying. It's one of our blessings and our curses. I love ya, and I say that with love because I'm a Virgo too. But if you are feeling any type of chakra blockages, especially with feeling silenced in the throat chakra, especially with letting go in your root chakra, or too, what I see in a lot of this is your third eye chakra, trusting your intuition, as well as your crown chakra, really connecting with spirit, with your higher self. Music therapy is a wonderful way to get those energies unstuck, get them moving again, more importantly, and help you detoxify and realign. And so what we've pulled here is an E, a C, a G sharp, and a G. And so try and fiddle around with those. See how they help with opening up and realigning your chakras so that you can create what's best meant for you. If you feel comfortable too, please share your experience with those who are not so musically inclined. That way we can help lift each other up in that way too. As a reminder too, water holds memory. And so it's a great way during this time, once you get that energy moving, to really detoxify, release that energy, and revitalize and replenish with good, clean energy and pure energy with realigned chakras, especially with trusting your intuition. I'm just saying, and connecting with spirit. So let's also go ahead and pull some spirit animal totems here. Spirit, what additional guidance do you have? What wisdom do you have for us through our animal guides, our animal spirits, to help guide us through this weekend, especially as we let go and release these emotions that have triggered and had us repressed for far too long? Thank you, Spirit. So at the top of the deck, we've got the raccoon. Don't ask, I cannot talk. I keep flowing the words together in weird ways. But what we pulled is the raccoon, which is the inventor. And so what Spirit is saying here is decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. Stand in your truth. You have many roles and can juggle them well. And so what comes to mind is it's never too late to reinvent yourself. It's never too late to want to choose a new career path or to choose a new direction. If you've got something, one of the wisest things actually that I had someone tell me was her and her husband both, they do a 6-month reevaluation and kind of check in, not only with the self, on their marriage, on where they're going, on their path, on their plans for their future. And it helps them with realigning to and refocusing on bringing their long-term goals to the forefront. It helps them with really, truly holding themselves accountable with, okay, this is where I want to go. This is where I'm at now. Is what I'm doing projecting me towards where I want to go in the ways that I truly am best served? And if not, what are the things that are not serving me well that I need to release? What are the things that are holding me back that I can take with me as lessons learned and release them so that I'm not projecting my past into my future? And so, no pressure, but this is a great weekend where I really feel like a lot of us will be doing that and choosing, like I say, choosing the philanthropic path, following our hearts through language, through literature, but really truly taking that accountability and responsibility and organizing ourselves, what we do, our actions, our thoughts, our motivations, towards the goals of who we want to become, for our best and highest selves and our highest good. Excuse me. Now, with the orca whale, I haven't pulled this in a while, but this is great. Basically, Spirit is saying, remember adventure. Dare to do things differently. And just adding on to that, it brings to mind, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome is the gateway to insanity. What Spirit's reminding you of is if especially radical change is what we desire, it takes us to dare to do things differently, to be fearless and sing our wild song. What Spirit is saying here is now is the time to manifest your travel dreams, to go where you need to go. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. And so, like I say, do not let fear or your past impact the future or your future and the person that you are meant to become. And then too, like I say, especially with that moon moving into Aquarius, now is the time to really look at those relationships. Look at, the people that you surround yourself with, the social causes and issues that you stand for, and really surround yourself with like minds, with powerful minds, but in the way where you can invoke positive change. And so, Spirit, give us one more message here before we go. Oh, and no pressure, but Champ woke up. He's a little groggy right now, but you may come and say hi. Hey, bud. Do you want to come say hi? Oh, just gotta do it. Hey, guys. Here's a quick wave. Not sure if you can hear him. Oh, thank you, sir. Okay, so Champ. Oh, of course he did. My little lions. So Champ chose the last one for us. Thank you, Champ, our astrologer in our tarot reader in training. He also likes astrology too. Oh, and Charlie's up too. Charles, do you want to say hi? Here, no pressure, guys. I promise I'll read it in a moment. Charles says hi too. As I put him on his brother, poor guy. So we may have some purring in the background. You'll have to let me know if you hear it. But what Champion chose was, remember that you are a tiger, or we pulled the tiger. Remember the fire within you. And it says, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. And so now is the time to take action. Whoever has silenced you or stopped you in the past, whatever has stopped you in the past, is going to be no longer. This will be a weekend to really focus when you do that introspective work. Think about what you stand for, who you carry with you in your life and in your heart. Really, truly, it'll reignite that fire. And so, like I say, I hope this message helps. If this inspired you and if this resonated with you, by all means, if you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below. Put a heart in the comments below as well. That way we can help support you, lift you up, and celebrate each other together on this channel. But either way, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all your love and support. This really, truly would not be what it is. The Honey Sea Star Tarot would not be what it is without each and every one of you guys. And so thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me. Take care, love and light, and I'll see you in the next reading.